This is F7 day 1 and we're revising AI for the long A sound and OO for the long OO sound. So I've got paid, paid, hail, nail, whale, snail. So you can see when we use AI for the long A sound, it's only in the middle of words. It's never on the end of words because English words cannot end with an I. Alright, the next lot of words are hoop, shoot, scoop, scoop, broom, spoon. So what do these words mean? Let's have a look. Well, when you pay for something, you give the shopkeeper some money and then they give you whatever you've bought back. So paid means that you've already done it, you've paid someone some money. Hail is when we have lots of clouds in the sky and rather than rain falling down, we have little bits of ice falling down. And sometimes the hailstones can be quite big. Nail, it could be a nail that you hammer into wood or it could be a nail on your finger. Whale, this whale means crying out loud. There's another whale too, like the big whale in the ocean, but that is spelt differently. Snail is a little creature that crawls around very slowly in our gardens. Hoop, if you throw a ball into a hoop, you might score a goal, and some of you may have a hula hoop that you can play with at home. Shoot, you can shoot a gun, you can shoot an arrow, you can shoot some baskets where you can put a ball into a ring. A scoop is usually a measure of something, so quite often we have a scoop of ice cream, or you might use a scoop to measure out some flour or sugar and things like that. Broom is something we sweep with, and a spoon is a utensil that we eat with. Right, let's see what we can do with these words now. There's some tricky ones here. If you are going to shoot someone, you'd say shoot, but if you've already done it, you wouldn't say shooted, you would say shot. Now these words, paid, comes from the word pay. Alright, we don't like Y's in the middle of words, that's why it changes to AI and we add the D. Don't think there's any other tricky things in there. You know that to put a C before an O, we can see a C hidden inside an O, so that tells us to use a C for the kut sound before the letter O. Right, let's read the words down, spell the words and write them 3 times and then we'll check to make sure we've spelled them correctly. So we're going to go paid, P-A-I-D, P-A-I-D, P-A-I-D. Cover it and write it 3 times. See if you can get the letters on the line. P-A-I-D, P-A-I-D, P-A-I-D. Check to make sure you've got it right before you go on. Don't forget to colour in the special sounds in our list today. You can finish all of those on your own. F7 day 2, we're revising the AI for the long A sound and the OO for the OO sound. So we've got paid, hail, nail, whale, snail. Now you can see in these words that the AI is in the middle of all of these words. It could be at the start of some words, but it's never ever at the end of a word because English words can never end with an I. Okay, let's read the next line. We've got hoop, shoot, scoop, scoop, broom, spoon. And you can see in these words we've got the double O, in the middle of all of these words. We'd never have that at the start of a word, but we could have it at the end of some words. There's not many. I think we've got 2 and zoo, where we'd use the double O for the oo sound. Okay, let's have a look at what we have to do on this page. It says copy the word to match the meaning. Something you sweep with would be a broom, something you eat with, be a spoon, etc. The meanings of these words are quite easy. Some of them might trick you. Remember, we've got wail. This wail means a crying out loud that a baby might do if it's really hungry or upset. A nail has two meanings. It could be a little bit of metal that you hammer into a piece of wood, and it could also be the nail on your finger or on your toe. So it could be a nail as in a noun, a thing, and it also can be something you can do. You can nail a nail into a piece of wood, so it can be a verb as well. Now, scoop can also be a noun and a verb. You can have an ice cream scoop that helps you serve ice cream, and you can actually scoop sand or scoop something you can do, and it's something you can see. It can be a noun and a verb. Let's go down to here. Fill in the gap with the missing list words. So now you've got to think about which word would best fit in here. The girl can twirl the A witch rides on a something is in the garden. I want something of ice cream. Here, these are nice and easy. You just have to write the word under each picture. And then this down here might be a little bit tricky. Write the correct word to fill in the gap. You've got whale. Now, the other whale that you probably know really well is the big whale that lives in the ocean. Nail and nail, one is a noun, one is a verb, and you've got shoot and shoot as well. I broke my something when the hammer missed the new something will something up from the ground in spring. The baby may when it sees a Okay, you can finish that page off. Don't forget to read the word, sound the word, spell the word. So I'll just give you an example. Put a P-A-I-D, cover it and write it, but you can do the rest of them on your own, and you could use two highlighters to colour in all the AI words on the page and all the words with the double O in them for the oo sound. F7 day 3, we're looking at the long A sound AI, so you can colour that in all of these words. AI. We know we only use AI in the middle of words and at the start of some words. We never use AI at the end of a word because English words never ever end with an I. Here we've got the oo sound, the double O, O-O, and this is usually in the middle of a word. It's never at the start of a word. Could be at the end of a couple of words like zoo and to. Okay, let's read these words, sound them, spell them, cover them and write them. So we're going to go paid, paid, P-A-I-D, write it. Put a all, H-A-I-L, nail, N-A-L, N-A-I-L, and you can finish the rest of those on your own. Combined with the list word, a something stick. So you'll have to work out which word goes with that. Oh, a broomstick. Singular and plural means you're going to add S to the words down here, but on this side you're taking the S away to get back to the singular. Singular means one, plural means more than one. So you wouldn't say I have one brooms, you'd have to say I have one broom for the singular. And snail, you wouldn't say I saw lots of snail, you'd have to add the S. I've seen lots of snails and add the S to the end. These are verb families, so first of all you have to find the base word. So shoots comes from the word shoot, nailing comes from the word nail. So you write the word in its base form here. Here you're adding S to each of the words. Here you're adding the ing, no tricks there today. But here you're adding the ed except for shot. So we go shoot, shoot, shooting. We don't say shooted, we say shot. But the other ones follow that ed pattern. So you can safely add hailed there. find the small word inside these words. So in shoot, there's one word you have to find, and in snail, you've got 3 words that you have to find. And this snail is saying, why am I the strongest animal? And you'll have to read the answer to know why the snail is the strongest animal. All right, you can finish that page. This is F7 day 4, and we're revising the long A sound and the OO sound. First of all, we've got a revision of all the A sounds you've learnt so far. So you've learnt AY can make the A sound at the end of a word. AI can make the A sound at the start of some words, not many, but it's mostly in the middle of words. And AE is usually at the start, at the middle of a word, and we have the E at the end of the word. So if you have a look at the patterns in these, AY is always at the end of a word. We know that, so we could work out which ones we're going to use AY at the end. Even before we start, we could highlight them all in. Okay, you can probably do that quite easily. Now we know AI is 2 letters in the middle of a word, so you could go through and highlight which ones you're going to put the AI in all of those. It's got to be 2 letters in the middle of a word. We haven't got, there's very few words where we use AI at the start of a word, and we haven't put them in here. Okay, an A consonant E will be, look, we've got A consonant E, A consonant E, A consonant E, A consonant E. So there's always a consonant between the A and the E in all these long A words. Then you can go back and fill in those missing sounds. Now you know what they all are. AI, AI, it'll make it really quick and easy for you. Then you have to write those words under the sound. So AI words would all go here. And what you have to do in your head is remember which are the AI words for the long A sound, which are the AY words, and which are the A consonant E words. But there are a few rules. If you remember those 2, that will make it easier. We don't like Y's in the middle of words, so we use AY at the end of a word. We can't have words end in I, so this has to be in the middle or at the start of a word. And AE has to have a consonant between that A and the E for that long, and the E to be on the end for that to make that A to make its long sound. Okay, down the bottom we've got proofread the snail and the lizard. And the alert says, remember to use capital letters. So you use the capital letters at the start of the sentence, so that's a nice easy one that you could check. And we also use it for a person's name or a very important place. So let's have a look what we've got. Anything we see that is wrong, we're going to highlight it, and then we can come back and fix it. Snail was asleep in his shell. I can see that they've used the wrong A sound here, so I'm going to highlight that. In his shell, it was his friend Lily's birthday. Oh, we know that's the wrong one. Party the next day. Oops, I've got the capital letter again. So you can go through and highlight all the errors to start with, and then go back and just write the correct thing again above it. So we need a capital S here, so we're going to put a capital S there. We know it should be AI, so let's go S-N-A-I-L. It has to be a capital I. So any word with an error in it, you have to write the whole word above it, in the space above it. You can finish off that.